Hi, I am Elizabeth Berry, and I am going to be talking about bookcreator.com is the tech tool that I researched and did my project on. So, a little bit about myself. I am a 10th year teacher. I've taught kindergarten, first grade, and dual language, so half Spanish, half English. I've taught in person, I've taught virtually or digitally, and I've also taught in hybrid classrooms where we had both. I am doing the instructional technology specialist degree with the school library media add-on. And the group that I did this project with was first grade DLI class on the English side, and we did it in whole group and in small groups. So in this presentation, we're going to go over how I discovered bookcreator.com, my exploration of the website, my evaluation using the rubric and the scoring that I gave it, my curation and adaptation of the website into my classroom, as well as the universal designs of learning and how they fit in. So I originally discovered this tool from one of the articles suggested to us from the professor, 100 EdTech Tools. That was one of the articles linked to read. And I also found a blog that I regularly read. She also had wrote a blog article about it called Teaching with Technology. So I've linked those here and in the references if anybody wants to check those out. It also reminded me of a project, and it's not a digital project, but a project that I do often with my classes called Student Treasures. It's a company that sends you blank pages and you and your class create all the writing and pictures. They come like already organized. Your children or students fill them out and you send it back to them and they create it into a hardbound book. So this website, bookcreator.com, is very similar to that. It gives you a blank book that you can make anything you want out of it. My students have really gotten a lot out of the original project that I do with them. So when I saw that this project was very similar to that, I knew that it would be a good option for them. It's very inclusive. They have so many different accommodations and so many different things for all types of learners to be able to be successful with this program. It's versatile. You can do it for math, you can do it for reading, you can do it as adult learners, you can do it with, kindergarten and first grade like I did. It's really adaptable to anyone. It allows for a ton of creativity and a ton of collaboration. So we'll get into those a little bit more in just a second when we go into the website. So this was kind of my journey of how I found this website and knew that it was going to be not only good for my students, but good for this project as well. So like I said, I found out about the article or about the website from the article and the blog. So I went to the website and I just started exploring there. They have so many tutorials and videos right on the front page of their website. They have a big FAQ section. They have a great YouTube channel, which I'm going to show you in just a little bit as well. They have a demo feature and some books that they've made to kind of show you what the website is capable of. So once I decided that it was going to be a good fit for me, I made my free account, unlocked more features than what's in the demo account. I requested a quote for pricing for the paid version as well. I haven't got that back yet, but hopefully it's doable. And then once I kind of created my account and played with it for a while, I used it whole group with my students and we made some books about math facts, which I'll also show you in just a few minutes. And then once my students kind of got familiar with it, they saw where to go to do the basic features like text and adding images. Then we broke out and used it into small groups. These were on all different days, not all at the same time. And we're learning Harriet Tubman in social studies. So they created books about Harriet Tubman in their small groups. They were in groups of 4. And then lastly, they were able to show their videos to their classmates, which, the creative side of creating their work is such a good learning tool for them. But then being able to present it to their classmates, even at home, without it needing to be on a public platform such as YouTube is really, really nice for them and as well for the parents. So this tool really goes full circle from the creation side of it all the way to the sharing side of it. And it has the safety features in line. It has the adaptations and accommodations in line. Um, so it really checked a lot of boxes for me when I was exploring this website. So, based on the evaluation rubric, there were 27 areas evaluated in three different categories, either works well, minor concerns, or serious concerns. 18 of the 27 areas were in the works well category for me. The functionality of the website had the most works well column. It's just very user friendly, very straightforward, very easy to use for even the newest technology user. It's doable. The minor concerns in the middle, 8 out of the 27 areas scored that. You can see up here above me where some of the mobile designs was my biggest concern in the minor concern column. They do have a mobile option. They do have an app. Um, but you can only use it on certain apps. The screen has to be a certain size for the app to work on the tablet or the device. And there is an offline option, but it's very, very limited. It doesn't have a lot of collaboration and it doesn't have any of the collaboration tools, and it only has some of the editing features. So the mobile design fell to the minor concern category for me. And then the serious concerns, I only had one, and it is that it cannot be embedded into an LMS system. You can link it to click on it through there, but it cannot be functionable embedded into an LMS system, such as eClass, which is what I use in my school as well as we use at Valdosta. So that was my only serious concern with this tech tour website. And so, but going off of this evaluation rubric, out of there being 27 areas and only 9 of them fell to a lower side, 18 of them were fully functioning. I think this is a great tool to use. Again, like I mentioned before, I believe this tool can be used all the way from kindergarten through high school and into college and adult learners as well because of such versatility that we see here. So now I'm going to show you some of the website and part of my exploration, why I scored things a certain way, um, and things like that. So this is when you first go to the website, this is what comes up. So you can already see it's very inviting. They have graphics, very colorful. There's a student section, teacher section, and the district section. But when you scroll down, you see examples of books that they've created to see what they're capable of right away. Demonstrations that you can see. And then when you keep going down, it says be an author month, encouraging students to be their own author of their own story. I love the messages that they're putting out. You can see different resources, different community articles to get help from their employees, as well as other teachers and just people that are using this website or this technology tool. So some of the features that I really resonated with. They have tons of videos as well, which I'm going to show you their YouTube channel in just a minute, but they have fonts. They have your own images as well as Google images. There's audio, there's visuals, there's the pen and paint brush tool, shapes, icons. There's all different formats and layouts that you can do. So there is really just so much here, so much to explore. They have AI, they have App Smash where you can embed other apps into your books. And one other thing I just wanted to mention was that the Flipgrid. So Flipgrid used to be a great website, and it was very similar to this. It wasn't necessarily in a book, but it created similarly to a book. It created kind of like a website, kind of like a book, very secure though, very user friendly. And they kind of merged and made Book Creator to kind of replace Flipgrid since it went away. A lot of people were bummed when Flipgrid went away. So when you click on the For Teachers tab, it really goes into how you can use this in your classroom. They have the free account, of course, which I'm going to show you. This is where the inclusivity came into play for me. Every student, every subject, every project, every lesson. So I just really felt that this website understands that, learning can look different for everybody. And everybody wants to be accommodated for, and everybody wants to be able to use these kinds of websites. So I really appreciated that. So now, once you log in and have your account, this is your library. In the free account, you get 40 books. And with the paid account, you get unlimited books, of course. So I just wanted to quickly show you some of the books that I've made with my students. So this is the book that we made whole group. I took some things out for the privacy and such of the students, but you can have it play for you. Miss Barry, Math Facts in First Grade. And this was one of the things that they created. So I had my students come up and find images to put in here to match our word problem. I see 5 giraffes and 4 trees in the park. How many things do you see in all? I had different students search giraffe pictures, different students search tree pictures, and such like that, to kind of just let them get the feel of it. And then when we broke out into our small groups, so this was a book that one of my small groups created about Harriet Tubman. They found the images of her. They practiced writing on paper first so that they could type it easily. She helped on the Underground Railroad. They found pictures that simulated to the Underground Railroad. She is brave. They found pictures that made them feel brave or think of being brave. Pennsylvania, they used the drawing feature to try to draw Pennsylvania. So as you can see, like I said, even in first grade, it is doable. Of course, they needed assistance, but it's definitely something that's attainable for all ages, kindergarten through adults. Some of the features that you can see when you go to create a new book. So not only do they have your typical books, but they also have comic layouts as well, which I think is really, really nice. A lot of students learn this way better in like a comic feature, more graphics, more on one page versus turning the page. So again, those accommodations and adaptability for everybody are there. Some of the templates they have, a lot of the templates come with the paid version, but there are some that come with the free version. And you can kind of see cookbooks, magazines, yearbooks, notebooks, different themes, comics, superheroes, nature, um, more like a color tone theme. So retro, there's a lot of things here that we can use and add on to. Once you select a theme, there are things already preloaded for you. So all you have to do is kind of edit them. And then you can, of course, add on to them, change things however you want to do it, adding more pages, all the different editing features. Just different, like every time I look at it, I see more things that I want to explore more. So I just really think that it's a great, great, great tool for everyone involved. So let's go back to really quick. Also, I wanted to show you their YouTube page. They have so many tutorials and videos. So their demo slams, kind of how people are using them in the community, webinars of different features and how to use them, the basics, how to get started, how to do it in Google Class, how to, link it to your Google Classroom, animations, more webinars, more updates. So their YouTube page is also very, very helpful. So in regards to the universal design for learning with engagement, representation, and action and expression, uh, As far as engagement, like I've mentioned, this is this is usable, user friendly for learners of all ages, in my opinion. Again, the younger students might need some help or some assistance, a lot of modeling or being paired with somebody that's a little more tech savvy, possibly. But overall, it is absolutely attainable for all learners to use. And the blank slate that you get when you first open this tool is it really speaks to the engagement and the capabilities for anybody to create something magical here based on any subjects. As far as representation, I've mentioned how there's a lot of adaptability, accessibility for people of all types of learners. They can customize, they can clarify in their own way. They can do verbal, audio, they can do written. They're making bigger connections because they're able to express them in their own way. There's just so much freedom with the creativity here that the representation goes a long way. Um, with the action and expression, they again get to create things. The world is their oyster, so their teacher could be as strict or as flexible as wanted to be based on what the outcome learning outcome is. So like I previewed our math outcome where students made a word problem and then made pictures to go with the word problem. I was very flexible with that. I let them pick what type of animal or what type of word problem they wanted to be. We did Harriet Tubman, where it's a little more guided and had more guidelines of what they should be putting in their book. But it could be any range from any of their. And again, they have so many features. They have a dyslexia print in the paid version to help learners with dyslexia. They have the audio, the visuals, to help, people with hearing impair, vision impair, all types of learners can really, really benefit from here. And again, it ranges from any learner, from young to adult learners. So universal design for learning, it really shows up throughout this entire tech tool. So my adoption into the classroom, I will not be using it daily. It is a bigger project, especially for the younger learners, and it takes a little bit longer for my learners to create and produce something. So I will definitely be using it. Be using it more sporadically, maybe through maybe at the end of social studies units and things like that. It's a great for homework as well if your students have technology at home because it's easily transferable from home to school. It's not going to get crumpled in the backpack. It's easy to log into their account at home or at school to be able to work on it. It's the student accounts are free and they're based on their student school email address, so it's secure. All those type of things that we don't need to worry about. Um, there's so much professional development on their website and their YouTube channel that I just previewed for you. That you can really, if you have a question, you really can find the answer on your own. But there are also chat features to ask questions to bookcreator.com and their employees. There are the FAQ that I mentioned if you want to read about it versus watching videos about it. But if you have a question, the answer is definitely somewhere on their website, somewhere on their YouTube channel, and when all else fails, you can chat with them as well. The free version does have plenty of features and options, but the paid version has even more options. Like I've mentioned, a lot of the templates are more for the paid version. A lot of the accessibility features are more for the paid version, such as the dyslexia text and some things like that. But the free version really, really has a lot. It has a lot of collaboration options to collaborate. And I apologize. I meant to show this when I was previewing the website, but when you're on the website to collaborate, you post a code right here on your screen or your board, or you can send it to your class, and all they have to do is click on your link in your Google Classroom or in your LMS, however, and then type in their code, and they'll be right here in your library with you so that you can collaborate and work in the book at the same time together. So I really, really like that feature as well. That's one of the reasons why I do consider adopting it into my classroom. Like I said, sporadically, but I am adopting it because group work and collaboration is very important in the dual language classrooms. So that was one of the main reasons why I do feel it will be adopted into my classroom. So those are all my main points about bookcreator.com. Like I've mentioned before, there are just so many options. It's really collaborative, really flexible, really versatile, and I think a lot of people can benefit from it. So please let me know if you use it in your classroom or if you have any more questions about it. I'm Elizabeth Berry, and thanks for listening.